The enemy of success. And one of the enemy of success is your comfort zone. The truth, I want to let you know that where you are now, I don't care to know the level you are in life now. I don't care to know the amount you have in your bank account. I don't care to know how your business is functioning now. But I want you to know that your business can do better. Your marriage can do better. Everything about you can do better. Don't get too comfortable. You see, your comfort zone is a cage in disguise. Your comfort zone is a limitation in disguise. A lot of people are too comfortable that they don't want to take another step. Now, your comfort zone will bring you down, and your comfort zone will rob you from other impacts. Your comfort zone will limit you. A lot of us, you see, cannot attain greater heights in life because right where we are now, we think is the best. But I want to let you know that where you are now is not the best. What you have done now is not the best you can do. You can do more than that if you choose to push harder. When you remain there, depression will come. You have to see, making your life work is your responsibility. You need to know this. Making your life work is your responsibility. The matrix is designed to cage you. The matrix is designed to make you comfortable. Now, the people who are very rich in this world presently, they never remain in their comfort zone. They never remain in their comfort zone. They choose to explore the world. They choose to grow on a daily basis, and they choose to change their approach on a daily basis. Because it worked today doesn't mean it will work tomorrow. Because this idea change your life today doesn't mean it will work forever. So be ready to leave that your comfort zone. Don't get too comfortable in one particular spot, because on a daily basis people are upgrading, and you have to upgrade with the system. If not, you will be left out. Number 2 enemy of success: fear. Fear. Fear is dangerous. Now, the truth is that we all are afraid. Now, fear will stop you from taking the decisions that will change your life. It's okay to be afraid, but don't remain in fear. We all are afraid, but the difference is that some people choose to remain in their fear, while some people choose to take the risk. You need to come out from your shares and take the risks, because fear will always limit you. Fear will always stop you from being successful. An idea might come to you, and fear will tell you that this idea will not work. You are afraid that I don't want my resources to be wasted. So because you are afraid you don't want your resources to be wasted, you never took a step. This is what fear does. Fear will stop you from taking the step that will change your life. Fear will stop you from taking the step that will cause transformation to your life. Fear will stop you from taking the step that will cause transformation to your business. Sometimes they are very risky, but life is all about what? Risk. Life is all about risk. You have to say to yourself that no matter the fear, I will do the needful. And the needful is to work it out. The needful is to face your fear. You need to face your fear. Let me tell you, I keep telling people, try that idea you have. The highest that can happen is that you will fail. That is it. So if you refuse to try now, you are still a failure. So just try. There is every probability that your life will turn around. Just try. No matter what happens, just try. Don't be afraid of failure. Now, you may fail today. That doesn't mean you are destined for failure. You see, A lot of people have been brainwashed that they are possessed with failure. But the truth is, you are not possessed with failure. It is normal to fail. It is normal to fail. When you fail, what do? You sit down, assess every of your work. Where did I fail? How did I fail? And why did I fail? When you assess this, re-strategize and try again. That is how you see. You don't overcome failure. You don't overcome failure by prayer. You overcome failure by trying again. You overcome failure by facing your fears. Now, a lot of things we are afraid of are actually mirage. I've seen a lot of people who were afraid of a certain business. Because of that, they were afraid if I should do this or not. If I should do this or not. But eventually they did it. And right now their life changed. My question is, if they refuse to make that decision, they would have remained a failure. I have a friend. He wanted to start his own poultry, and everybody began to tell him that don't do this. Poultry is very complicated. Your birds are going to die. This guy contemplated for 3 years. He did not start. But do you know what happened? He started the first year. He started with just 100 birds. 70 birds died, remaining 30. And those 30, they were sick. The shortage was too much. And he told me, he said, Spice, look at what happened. People told me this. Do you know what I told him? I said, check. Assess your work and find out where you fail and try again. He said, no, it's the nature of the business. I said, no. It is the way you handle the business. That is why now, in the course of our investigation, we begin to find out that the way he set up the place for the birds was not really good. We found out that the way he feed the birds, was not really good. And we found out that he did not give them their medicine when he was supposed to give them. A lot of things, I joined him, we begin to assess a lot of things. After we have done this assessment, I told him, okay, look for money and try again. He was saying, no, I can't. I said, no, try again. He looked for money and he started again, make those corrections. But do you know what happened? Few birds, before I told you 70 died, but now few birds died. But he make gain. He made gain. He was happy with the income. Right now he has gained experience. Now fear will stop you from gaining experience, and without experience you cannot excel. Now making your first $1,000 is difficult, but the moment you make your first $1,000, it will no longer be hard for you to make $1,000. Making your first $1 million is difficult, but by the time you make your first $1 million, it will no longer be hard to make another $1 million. You see, so to succeed in that business might be difficult, but the moment you have succeeded first, it will no longer be hard. That is why you need to take away fear, because fear will rob you of experience. Fear will rob you of success. And lastly, this is very important. Don't buy a lifestyle until you are successful. Don't buy a lifestyle until you are successful. Let's take it like this. You can't just climb a ladder without starting from the first step. You climb a ladder gradually, from the first step to the second step, the third step to the fourth step, the fifth step, till you get to the top of the ladder. A lot of persons don't want to get to the top of the ladder before they do the things they are supposed to do. Now, don't buy a lifestyle until you become very successful. I want you to take note of this. The resources you have now are to invest. The resources you have now are to invest, not to consume. A lot of persons, let me tell you, don't live your life to impress people, because nobody is looking at you. You may drive a Ferrari today and we'll say, wow, that guy drive a Ferrari, ooh, but we don't really care. No, we don't really care. Don't buy a lifestyle until you become successful, because you will live to regret it. Buy what you need to buy are assets. Assets, things that can fetch you income. I've seen people who spend their money, the things, they are not really successful, but little opportunity came, those resources, they were supposed to use it to invest, but they begin to live a very lavish lifestyle because they want to impress people. They buy designers clothes. I'm not against that. They buy designers clothes, designers shoe, everything, stay in luxurious hotel, experience luxury, but they are not really successful. All these things they are using for this lifestyle, they should have used it to acquire assets. Now, when you have assets, you can live. When you have assets, you can choose a lifestyle. But these folks, they went ahead doing all manner of things, wearing designers clothes, designers sunglasses, designers shoe, go to big hotels, eating good eateries. Now, everything they have spending could have changed their life, but they choose to live that way, and at the end they became broke. We've seen a lot of musicians go to, if you are current, just type on Google artists who became broke after making millions. You find out that they spend their money on jewelries, cars, hotels, clubbing. That is where they spent their money on, and they became broke. Now, let me tell you, when you do this, you might be celebrated. You will be celebrated. He drive a Ferrari, do this. But when you become broke, nobody cares any longer. You become an object of mockery. Why? Because the resources you have to change your life, you spent them on a lifestyle you were not supposed to spend them. Now, having a specific lifestyle is very cool, but you need to have that lifestyle after you have invested, after you have acquired assets. It's time to buy land. It's time to start up a company. It's time to increase your business. It's time to invest in your business, invest in knowledge, go to school, invest in yourself, acquire assets. Now, these assets will generate income for you on a daily basis. This asset will provide for you on a daily basis. And when these assets are providing for you, bringing income, you now know what you make per hour. You now know what you make a day. Now, you cannot live a lifestyle. You cannot choose a lifestyle for yourself, because your income is constant. You no longer need to work for money, but money now work for you. I read a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I learned a lot from that book. I also read about the cash flow quadrants. You see, I learned a lot from that book. I found out that the difference between the rich and the poor spend on liability, but the rich take their time to buy assets, to invest in assets. The poor spend on clothes, vacation. Now these are all nice, these are all cool, but the rich buy companies, buy cryptos, buy land, and doing this, they increase their income on a daily basis. They increase their income on a daily basis. Now, for instance, you have $1,000,000 and you use it to get good clothes for yourself. It's all nice. Not to look good is very okay, but you don't need to spend too much to look good and neat. Now, another person also have that $1,000,000 and invested it into selling clothes. Now the person invested it into selling clothes. Let me use it as an example. Open a very good boutique, a very big boutique, and begin to sell designers clothes. Now that person selling that designer's clothes, from that clothes he's going to get the one he's going to wear, and people will come on a daily basis to buy clothes from him, and he will make income. Now in the next 3 years that business will increase drastically. Now you who use all the 1,000,000 you have to buy clothes, in the next 3 years those clothes you bought will no longer be relevant, but his business will still be relevant, bringing him more income. You see the difference? Now here in Nigeria, I read an article and I found out that the money Zenith Bank used to start his business, somebody used it to renovate a house. And right now, I hope you know, just check Google and just go to Google and check what Zenith Bank worth right now. And that house, on a yearly basis, I believe they spend that same amount to renovate the house. They didn't put the house on rent, even though they put the house on rent. They spend money renovating that house, and that house is not yielding any income. But the same money, now I want you to know, the same money the person used in building that house, that was the same money somebody else used to start a bank. And now, till now, that bank is still relevant. But that house they started then is no longer relevant now. But Zenith Bank is all over Nigeria. On a daily basis, they make billions. You see the difference? So don't buy a lifestyle. Now, the owner of Zenith Bank can live any lifestyle he wants to live, can acquire any car he wants to acquire, because he invested his money buying assets. You love to wear good clothes, sell good clothes. Because buying good clothes constantly, you love to wear designers, start selling them, because buying them always will make you broke. Go and ask a lot of our musicians who are broke right now. They will tell you. You want to drive exotic car, why can't you sell them? Don't spend your money on liabilities. Don't spend your money acquiring a lifestyle that you are not up to. But spend your money buying assets. You won't regret buying assets.